Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to all of those that are returning, and very special welcome to anybody that's new. Today, as you can see, I'm working on my hashtag 52 tags. I just finished week 21. So this is week 22, and Anne has already published week 23. So I wanted to try to get this done. I'm trying today to get a bunch of things caught up and hopefully be able to go back to my lap book. I'm really want to be working in that. So I just wanted to show you, I've just cut out a piece of linen for my base. And this week was layers of lace. So I've gone through my lace and I've already sort of determined, I think, different things that I want to do, what I want to do. And it's really going to be pretty basic. Trying to remember how I had this. But I just picked out several different pieces. Eyelet, I don't know, in my mind it counts as lace, but just pieces that I like. I'll just give you an idea of what I think I'm going to do. Something like here, I think I want some of that to show. I want to bring this in, maybe down here. And then looks like I need to adjust some of this, which, yeah, I do. I think it's this piece here. I want some of those little holes in that to show. So I would raise this up somewhat. That, and then I was going to end with this little, it's basically a scrap, but it is lace. End up with that up there. That's my thought. And of course, all I have to do is use just some general thread to stitch all of these down to my back piece. I may come back. I have this DMC floss here. That's as close to that blue as I could get. But I thought if I brought it down to maybe only 2 strands, it's a little bit closer to that color, that I might add maybe just a straight line here, maybe a few little French knots, but I don't know yet. So basically what I want to do is just start attaching these with, you know, just tacking them down, really. I know that I do want, that I had it salvaged. I want the fringe on this to hang off the edge, I think. I've been holding on to this little piece. So I thought I would utilize a piece of it in here. So that's all I'm going to do. I've already threaded my needle. And then I'm just, you know, I should pin this. I have my pins here laying in front of me. I always think, oh, I can do it just holding it, and then everything I do comes out a little bit cockeyed. I want to do something like that. Oh, that pin does not want to go through that, that's for sure. Maybe it's me. I must be getting weak. Getting weak and weary. Weary and weak. So I think I'm just going to take it one piece at a time. Put the next piece on. Figure out where I want it. Stitch it down. and so on. So I'm not gonna video me just stitching, you know, general stitching all the way across. I don't think anyone would be too interested in watching me do that. So I'm going to start stitching on this, get all these pieces down, and then I'll come back and we'll decide if I want to add some of that, you know, some stitches somewhere. I know this is all supposed to be about the layers of lace, so that's why I'm sort of on the fence about that. But with this piece having a little bit of blue, I feel like I need to maybe incorporate it somewhere else on the piece, but we'll see. I'll be back shortly. Bye-bye. Well, as you can see, I got all my laces cut down, or sewed down. And I started to play around with some DMC floss, and I just thought I would turn you on. I think I'm just going to do a little line across with cross stitches, just to bring some of this blue into it. Some of these are getting a little bit small. That one's sort of awful, isn't it? I'm going to take that one out. I was only going to do a few, and then I didn't like the way they were spaced apart. So I decided, well, I'll just do a row of them, or as close to a row as possible. Our weather has been so, I mean, we had an absolutely beautiful spring, and then it got warm. Last weekend, for the holiday weekend, it was cold and rainy the whole weekend, starting Friday afternoon all the way into Monday. And then the weather sort of straightened around. It was still not really warm, but nice, you know. And then I'm going to jump over here to this other side. I wouldn't normally do that, but I'm going to because I'm gluing this down, and start this one over here. But anyway, today it's extremely hot and humid. Well, it's supposed to be up in the 80s, but the humidity is so high that we've already had to turn the air on today. And tomorrow's supposed to be 93, I think, and humid. But then, I don't know, early next week, it's going to cool off a little, you know, in the mid-70s or whatever, which I wish our entire summer was like, so that you weren't squelching. I actually went out early this morning. It was so humid and hot when I went out to water the plants, I thought, I'll take a quick swim. Well, guess what? There was a dead mouse in our swimming pool. Yeah. And my husband was golfing. So I had to get that out of the pool, which I did not enjoy doing. I think they just run and poof, next thing they know, they're in the pool. That's the first one we've had, though, in a long, long time. I hope that's the last one. I don't like that. I'm going to pop over here, I think, and put one more of these. And then decide That's just enough blue there. Yeah, but after I saw that mouse, I was like, I'm done. Pool needs to filter for a while before I'll get in it. My husband just texted me. Oh, yummy. We just had a new grocery store open here in our area, and we went to it last weekend, and what a beautiful store it is. They have, oh, it's just a gorgeous store. The prices are very competitive and much cheaper, I should say, than, you know, the big chain that is here in the Northeast. So in their, like, I don't know what you would call it, Del. I guess their meat sort of department. They have a wonderful seafood section, and then they have, you know, fresh meat. Well, they had chicken breast. You know, they're raw. You cook them yourself, but they're prepared in different ways. Like last week when we saw them, we purchased 2 of them. Chicken breast, buffalo chicken, so, you know, really spicy, but they had crumbled blue cheese and bacon inside of them, and they're, you know, rolled and tied for you to bake in the oven. Oh, they were out of this world. And they had many different types, like they had artichoke and something, or asparagus and another type of cheese. Different, I mean, there were probably 4 or 5 different types, and we had a hard time determining which one we wanted. My husband just texted me, I just picked up 2 of those chicken breast with feta and spinach. So I bet that's going to be delicious. The buffalo chicken with that, made like that, I mean, they were absolutely perfect. They were delish. But no, it's a beautiful little, well, it's a big grocery store actually. But it's family owned. I think their original market opened in Massachusetts. So we were very pleased and waiting for a long time to see what this store was all about, and just beautiful. We're so pleased with it. I know that's silly to be talking about a grocery store, but at least we have some options now where we're not forced to shop at the big chain store, and even Walmart. Like Walmart we go to for a lot of things, and their prices on a lot of things are very competitive to Walmart. So we have choices now. We don't have to shop at those stores. So I'm really glad about that. We always like to try to support like family owned and the smaller businesses. So alright, I think that's all I'm going to do. And I just wonder if I really even need those French knots, but I'll leave them there. I enjoyed working on this one, and I think it's just because I struggled so much with the bullion stitch, and to be able to just like take a breather and just slow stitch the lace on. I got myself a fuzzy knot there. Thank goodness that'll be hidden. It was just nice and relaxing, especially with my husband out golfing. House nice and quiet. Was tempted to turn my TV on and watch some YouTube videos, but it was just so nice to sit here in the quiet. Okay, I'm happy with that. Completely, this light blue is definitely not a color I would go to. I love blue, but normally not this light blue, but I think it goes well with that piece of lace at the bottom, or crochet trim, I should say. I'm just counting that in my lace, because when I think of laces, I tend to go to the crochet. I don't know why. You know how we all have our little preferences or whatever, but I like lace, don't get me wrong. I think it's beautiful. But for some reason, I always tend to flock to the crocheted pieces. I'm going to try to get this on somewhat straight for me. So I'm one step closer to working on my lap book. So I'm real pleased with that. Different. And it gives you a little sample piece of, you know, some of your laces and trims and what have you. So there you have it. That's a short and sweet video. Thank you all once again for subscribing to my channel. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will be back very soon. Thank you so much. Happy crafting. Bye-bye.